Library. It's been every other year for longer than I've been around, so longer than 6 years. Oceanside Public Library applies to the NEA, and they get a grant for the Big Read. They choose a book, and then the museum usually does an exhibition themed around that book. Well, this year's book is called Into the Beautiful North. I think the author's last name is Urea. I'm afraid I can't pronounce the first name.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll trust you on that one.
And so our exhibition with Griselda is going to explore border issues, specifically about border crossing from Tijuana to San Diego, which is where and how this book is set. It's kind of this beautiful, almost a fairy tale about a group of young people who are off to kind of save their village by coming to California and then returning with what they are looking for. So that's going to be a really beautiful exhibition. Again, talking about immigration and
the journey,
the
journeys. The whole journey.
Exactly.
It is quite a journey, right? Yeah. No, I am first generation, born of immigrant parents.
That's right.
Some people take, Caucasian people for granted and think that they've been here for 100 years, and a lot of us have, but not everybody. And so I understand the whole immigrant. My mom was an immigrant, spoke broken English. And
there's a lot of stories there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is. Everyone has their stories of kind of how they got to where they're at.
That's right.
Whether it's coming up from South America or coming up wherever in the world.
Yes, exactly.
But don't lose your health.
I'm going to lose my
hat.
So, I guess, shall we move on through the year?
Yes. Well, okay, we're halfway through the show.
What, already?
We're halfway.
We're
Yes. So we got about another, another 20, 25 minutes.
Right,
and,
well, like I said yesterday, a huge fan favorite, the quilts, the contemporary art quilts is coming back, juried by Beth Smith, is a pretty big name in the industry, and she's chosen some of the most amazing fabric arts that are themed around Southern California life and themes, basically, and we're specifically featuring Southern Californian quilt artists.
So they like tapestries then? Quilt tapestries?
Tapestries
how do you exhibit them?
Yeah, well, they are hung on the wall, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be interesting if they were just all over the floor? No, not
right.
But yeah, some are hung on the wall, some are freestanding, some hang from the ceiling.
Right.
Okay. But yes, it's fabric art, which has generally been sewn and dyed, and there's so many different things you can do with fabric, and I'm just
Well, I
learning
saw
about
the dresses. We talked about the dresses yesterday. I'm going, oh my God, all that was all fabric as well.
Yes, well, I mean the shell dress is
except the shells, right. Well, that was different.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just the amazing kind of things that I know that there's still the traditional, and there's always going to be the traditional, but seeing all these things that it just have never even been on people's radar before. Right. That helps bring us all closer together.
Yes.
And more tolerant and more understanding.
Yes.
And that's the other thing I like about being a member is you feel part of the community. It's so funny. I go down there, the members say, "Yeah, this is my second home." So many members kind of look at it like that, because they spend so much time, whether it's mingling with other members or looking at new exhibits or going through the store or whatever the case may be.
Right. We do have an amazing museum store. Shout out to Lou, our museum store manager. She brings in the coolest little art things. So unique in our museum store.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys really have, like you were mentioning before, a great alliance of artists. And I'm not talking about just painters. I mean, there's musicians, anything anything that happens in the right side of your brain.
Yep, it happens in Omaha.
Right in the right side. It's all that stuff, you know, the fun stuff that doesn't give you anxiety or stress.
No,
you know,
not this place. Not even in the offices. We're not. That's why it's so fun, because we're having fun when we're working there. We're a really fun team.
Right. And anyone want to volunteer? I'm sure they're, you know.
Call me, and I'll send you to Seatley.
What is the best way for people to reach you or get in contact?
Oh, goodness.
If they have more questions.
Oh, for sure.
They're on the fence after tonight.
We can put my email address on the Facebook. It's Katie, Katie, at oma-online.org.
Very good.
Definitely email's the best way to reach me these days, since I'm up and down and not always at my desk.
Right, and very busy.
Very busy, but I can answer emails from my phone anywhere I am.
There you go. You sound like you're very efficient then.
I try to be.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. So, so if anyone watching tonight, you know, wants to reach out, also what we've kind of done together today is put a few links. You're watching us right now. If you scroll down below, you'll see there's a link there to the museum website, and there is a big donation drive right now. It's for end of the year. It's just like KPBS and all these other, you know, entities out there that are working with volunteers and very nice people. There's still cash that's needed to make everything happen.
Of course, but we're making this one fun. So if you go to the museum, you'll learn a little bit more about being a part of OMA, and you can search for some bees around the museum.
A lot of busy bees out there.
A lot of busy bees, yeah.
Let's talk about kind of the free things that never really get talked about. That again, people that are interested or they've been out of the loop, maybe forgot that is it First Sunday?
Yes. So actually this is really an amazing thing, is there is a significant portion of our audience who comes to the museum for free, and anyone can come to the museum for free. No charge on the first Sunday of every month and the first Friday evening of every month. So that is, I believe, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the first Friday. Often that coincides with Oceanside Art Walk, which is usually on the first Fridays, but that's not every month. I don't believe it's happening in January, February, or March, just mainly because it's too cold. Cold on Southern California standards.
It's a different schedule. I think they're going to a hotel or something downtown.
I think in April they're doing it at the hotel, but then after that in the summer. And we do such fun things on those first Fridays. We have music, we have bar, which you do have to pay for the drinks, but you can come and enjoy the music and enjoy the museum for free on those first Fridays. Active duty military are free all the time. Anyone who's a student is free all the time. I'm trying to think.
Is there any other discounts for seniors?
There is a half price for seniors.
Half price for seniors.
Yes.
That's over 55 or 60?
I do believe it's 55.
55,
oh, gosh.
Okay.
Front desk, don't come in.
well, double check on that. She's obviously got a long ways to go before she's a senior. So. So those are events, like you're saying. There's no charge. It's just you wake up on a Sunday and you go, hey, let's go check this thing out.
You know what? Pop into the museum, and then just like Niels was saying, you just walk a little down further and you're at the pier.
You're at the pier.
You're at the beach, and tons of amazing restaurants and little shops and cafes and Oceanside. It's such a fun, bustling place.
And it's just a wonderful Sunday thing to do. I mean, it just is. It's been a real blast, and again, the people are just so nice down there, and even the artists that are the real prestigious artists are just so kind. You know, they're just so down to earth, nice, kind people.
Oh yeah.
And always talk in positive terms.
Yeah.
And there is no bad art.
No. Oh no. I mean, especially at OMA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of winding down
Okay.
the half hour here.
Yeah.
Anything that left that
Well, I
we're
mean,
not covering?
I gotta give a shout out to another huge, amazing exhibition that's happening in the middle of the year, opening in July, is Gifted, Collecting the Art of Southern California at Gardena High School, 1919 to 1957. You'll forgive me if I got that last year wrong, but that's going to be a really amazing exhibition. Get this, the graduating senior class of Gardena High School every year from that year period would decide on a piece of artwork to purchase and put into the collection of the high school, and they made some amazing choices of artists that then became really hallmarks of California art. And then this collection was just kind of forgotten about after 1957 until it got revived, and this exhibition showed in Orange County at the Hilbert, and then now it's currently up at Fresno, and then it's coming over to Oma. So this is going to be an amazing one. We've got some beautiful sculptures, very thoughtful, organic sculptures of animals by Pam Kelly. That's coming also in the middle of the year. And at the end of the year, we have Mark Bryce. He just does these glowing, beautiful oil paintings of Americana and fine art interpretations. And Brian Tucker explores the punk scene of LA from the late 80s and early 90s. And there is some very edgy, provocative
The original,
stuff.
that was the
Yes.
original
Yes.
punk scene.
Yeah, exactly.
They were real punks back then. No, I'm joking.
Artists, forgive me if there's any shows I'm not including. Oh, and amazing portraits. And I say portraits, and you're like, oh, wow, but no, these are really cool portraits from a local collector, Doug Samay. He has been involved in the San Diego art scene for years. He knows what is what in the San Diego art scene. So that's our 2020.
Yeah, well, it sounds very exciting. And before we sign off this show tonight, if the folks that are watching tonight like this format, would like to see more informational like this, this instead of just getting something in writing or something in the mail, to comment and give us some likes and let us know if this makes sense, and then if you guys will have me, then maybe I'll have you back